Hello, all my fellow Geminis. How are you? I hope you're doing beautifully. I've got our forecast for July, and a happy 4th to all of you celebrating. Look at what we got going on. Ooh. Okay, let's start first of all with Dear Jupiter. It's in the 12th house. That's where it rules the 12th in the natural zodiac. That and Neptune, of course, rule the 12th. And your love and your solitude and your privacy, your time alone, just to enjoy and maybe get caught up on things. So I think this is going to be wonderful if you get a chance to, I don't know, go up to the mountains or to the beach sometime during July. This would be great because you need time alone. And meditation is wonderful, but actually getting away, you're going to be getting all sorts of inspiration and information because this is our 12th house of the subconscious. And so information will be forthcoming. Okay, you don't have to ask for it, it's coming. All righty. Now, let me get my glasses so I can see what I need to see. All right, the sun, the yellow planet, the giver of life. It is in our second house of money. And so while you might be saying, well, I hadn't won, a jackpot, I haven't won the lottery. Well, you can create money. The sun is the giver of life, and there it is in our second house of money. Yay. On the 22nd, it moves into our third house of communication. Well, that's our natural house and the natural zodiac. And so we are communicating. Are you writing a book? I'm finishing up my latest book. A podcast, you know what I'm saying? It's a time to communicate. The third house is also our siblings. And so if you want to get in touch with a sibling, that would be a great time. And so money and ideas on about everything. I love it. Now, Mercury is the blue planet, and it's what we think about and talk about. And when you put your attention on something and you're thinking about it and talking about it, you create it. It's been in our second house, and it's going into our third house of communication on the 11th. So use this time. The sun will be in our second house till the 22nd. Yes. Buy a ticket, a lottery ticket. Do yourself a favor. You can't win if you don't play. You know what I mean? And think in terms of how can you create more money? Because when you think about it, you are told, you are led. On the 11th, it moves into our third house where it rules. Okay, it is Mercury rules the third house of communication. I'm telling you, your ideas will be just popping, and write them down, share them with other people, teach them to other people. And then on the 28th, the Mercury goes into, excuse me, am I getting that right? Yeah. Okay, want to make sure. Just want to make sure. Yes. On the 28th, Mercury is going to move into the 5th house of fun and games. That's the 5th house, the 4th house. See, I'm still trying to have fun. Can you tell? Nothing in my 5th house. Okay, so it moves into the 4th house where it's home sweet home. It's talking to people who are related to you. It's inviting people who might be relatives over to your house or visiting them. And I love that because any changes you'd like to make, think about them. Now, Venus is in our third house. So we're thinking beautiful, loving thoughts. But Venus goes retrograde on the 22nd. And when Venus goes retrograde, it feels just like a Mercury retrograde, meaning things are confused. We do not begin new projects on a Mercury retrograde or a Venus retrograde. because they will fizzle out completely. However, if we began that project prior to the retrograde motion of Venus or Mercury, this is a time to tie up that loose end. Okay? I love it. So great ideas, but after the 22nd, it's time to tie up loose ends. Now, Mars, passion, energy, it is in your third house, and you are failing. When you express yourself, it's very, very direct. In fact, it's in our third house right now, which I think is really, really interesting. Because this is the time to share your ideas with other people, whether it's the spoken word, the written word, it doesn't matter. Be sure that you are being kind, because Mars in that third house can shoot from the hip. It's been there for a while. You know that. And you know that because you've been very direct in the way you've been speaking. All righty. Let's see. On the 10th, it is going to move into the fourth house. Excuse me. On the 28th, it's going to be moving into, let me double check that. Nope, I was right the first time. I've got Mercury and Mars overlapping date-wise. On the 10th, it's going to move into your fourth house. And this is a time to be with family. It's a time to renovate. It's a time to just nurture. And if there's no one to nurture, or there's no one who wants to nurture you, do it yourself. Home sweet home. Now, with Mars in your fourth house, in my fourth house, in every Gemini's fourth house of the solar chart, there can be arguing with family members. So just be aware of that, okay? And try not to argue right around the time that Venus goes retrograde. It doesn't pay. It doesn't pay. Okay, we have a full moon on the 3rd, which is really cool, just a couple of days. And it's in our 8th house of secrets, of transformation, of out with the old, in with the new. This is the time that we become a psychic detective. This is also the 8th house of other people's money, so you can help them. I don't mean literally balance their checkbook, but give them ideas, helpful ideas on how they can increase their own income. Because after all, we've had this great Sun Mercury conjunction in our 2nd house of money for a while, and they're seeing that they can ask us questions and we will get to the bottom of things. This is the full moon. That's when things come to a head, relating to secrets, relating to the psychic world. You get the picture. And just in general. Now, 2 weeks later, after the dark of the moon, we have a new moon. I forgot to mention that the full moon is in 11 Capricorn. The new moon will be in 25 Cancer. That will be on the 17th of July. It reinforces and reignites that beautiful 2nd house of money. Yes, it does. So, aren't you excited about our forecast? I sure am. And remember, when Venus goes retrograde, we tie up the loose ends of unfinished business. We don't open a new business. We wait until it goes direct, which it will in about a month or so. But come back in another month and we'll talk about it. Until then, this is Maxine Taylor saying, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours. Bye for now.